So, a couple years ago, I said that trying new things feels Christmassy to me. This past year, I've tried enough new things. Exciting new things that make my life better. Trying new things also takes energy. May well be linked to my autism. So, this Christmas, I'll be talking about something simpler. The experience of making my first and my last skirt. Don't worry, you don't need to know sewing terminology. I don't know it either. And I'll try to keep it interesting for you. Now, my first skirt. Well, it wasn't bad for its purpose. And that's the most positive thing I can say about it. Now, I don't think there is such a thing as bad fabric. The goodness of fabric depends on what you have it for. The fabric I made my first skirt with was great for maybe small curtains or a tablecloth. It wasn't great for clothes. It's stiff and cold, even after washing, which can solve such problems. So why did I use it? Because it was the only fabric I had that was just about large enough. My latest skirt instead was made of a very nice fabric for clothes. It's not cold or rough to the touch, it's not stiff, and it was bought for the purpose of making a skirt out of instead of being what I had on hand. Now, the pattern and instructions I used for my first skirt were from the internet. By Liz Haywood. They were good instructions. Easy to follow even for someone like me who needs very clear instructions. However, they weren't exactly for the right skirt for me. I like skirts that can move. Skirts that can go spinny. Liz Haywood's skirt, at least the one I followed, was for a skirt to work in. My latest skirt pattern and instructions were put together by my mum, the person whom I learned to sew from. And honestly, there is something weird to me about people who don't know how to put two pieces of cloth back together. This is a half circle skirt, which means obviously the pattern is a quarter of a circle. This makes sense once you learn that you basically always cut out patterns with the cloth folded. This means that if you have a left and right side, that they are mirrors of one another. Or if they are mirrored themselves, that it's automatically done. Now actually placing the pattern for my latest skirt was something I struggled with. Perfectionism plus already overstimulated that day, especially trying to lay this on stretchy fabric, resulted in me saying, "Fuck this," that day. And my lovely mom did it for me. Even did the cutting due to it, one, being pretty easy, and two, part of it requires a clean cut as there will be no hiding it with a seam or anything. My first skirt I did fully on my own, but that was way easier since the fabric had no stretch. So it was only a struggle to fit all the pieces despite only just about having enough fabric. So now, almost to the fun part. My first skirt had a lot of sewing that needed to be done. 5 panels connected to one another, so 4 seams, and the top band, so 1 further seam. And I didn't have the band, so I made it by sewing a lot of smaller bits of fabric together. So, a ton minus 1 seams, to a total of a ton plus 4 seams. My new skirt is simply 3 seams. Skirt to make the skirt, band to band to have it be a loop that stays taut, and band to skirt so the band keeps the skirt up. Now, needling the skirt and band together was a bitch. The band needs to be on the outside, but it's tighter, and both are stretch. The first 8 needles were difficult, but I managed to do it. But I wanted 8 more. So one hand held one bit of the band and skirt, one hand held the other, then stretch it out a bit and use my third hand to put the needle in between. I do not have a third hand, so I did that part with my mouth. So yeah, that was dangerous. One error away from the same result as kissing Jesus on the forehead while he was wearing the crown of thorns. Look, Christmas video. Also, this process took nearly an hour. My sewing is precise, it's not fast. In sewing them together, I did make one error, but I managed to repair it. It doesn't look great when laying about, at least to my nitpicky eyes, but it looks well when worn. So, which skirt am I more proud of? Probably my first. It was my first, I did it all alone, quickly, and helped me figure some stuff out. Which skirt am I going to wear again? Only my last. This one is actually clothing instead of a tablecloth around my waist. So yeah, I hope that was vaguely interesting. Thank you for watching. This has been Octavia saying Merry Yule, eventful Saturnalia, and Happy New Year.